Today, 23rd May, is very important day, especially for the taxonomists. Whatever binomial nomenclature we know, our standard scientific names are plants or animals or microorganisms, we a lot to the father of binomial nomenclature or modern taxonomy, as we say, Carolus Linnaeus. Swedish botanist, not only botanist, he was a zoologist. And not only botanist and geologist, he was also a physician, even a poet. And from childhood, he had a liking for plants. And he studied in Uppsala University and even taught the botany in 1730s before visiting Netherlands. He was born in the year 1707, this day, 23rd May. So let us talk about the great taxonomist of the world. Why he was named Linnaeus? So, as per a record of in the literature, we find that the word Linnaeus was in fact taken as a permanent surname by his father called Nils. He had to take the surname, so he modified the name. In fact, the name for a tree as linden tree. A huge tree grew in his homeland, which was named in binomial style as Tilia, Tilia cordata, Tilia platyphilus. But in Swedish language, the same tree was named as linden. In fact, the word lime tree is also sometimes used for the tree. In fact, it is argued that the word line has basically come from the word line, and line is basically the modified version of lind, Lind or linden. So the name or surname Linnaeus, first adopted by his father, was also the surname of Carl von Linné or the Carolus Linnaeus, the great scientist, taxonomist of the world, whose birth anniversary is today. And we are standing under the Tilia tree. This tree you identify as Tilia platyphilus because it has the broad leaf nature, and we have the small leaved Tilia cordata as well growing in Europe. And the trees are curious in having the flowers borne on cymose clusters having foliaceous or leafy bracts. It's very favorite food or forage for the honeybees. Even butterflies visit this tree when it blooms. The flowers are also used as a herbal tea for the health benefits. So this tree under which we are standing is introduced in the botanical garden of Kashmir University, but the same tree also we find in many Mughal gardens of the Kashmir. So another tree growing near the Stelia platyphilus is almas. We have two elm trees in Kashmir. One is Almus villosa, which is narrow-leaved, and other is Kashmir elm, which is endangered or threatened. That is Almus walichiana or Walich's elm, and in Kashmiri language called as Brin, in Pahadi language as Manu, and in Dogri as Maral or Kari. We find these trees growing in the graveyards, in the religious places of worship, mosques, and Pir Baba shrines throughout the landscape of Kashmir and even in Poonch Rajouri area. Uh, you see the beautiful flowers here. They are really fascinating. These flowers are of Clematis jackmani or Jackman's clematis, a kind of hybrid cultivar. But what a beauty of these purplish blue flowers. So this is the liana. We find many clematis species even in jungles. For example, Clematis goriana, Clematis buchnaniana, Clematis grata, Clematis cornata, and in when they are fruiting during autumn and winter months, they support a very white, grayish white beard. So they have also been fondly named as old man's beard. Or otherwise, fascinating flowers have earned the name Virgin's Bower Lianas. Here is another tree, and very unique tree. This is, in fact, a tree which is named as Esculus indica, horse chestnut tree, and Hangul, the red deer, which is endangered and threatened and found in Dachigam. It is said the name Handun means the walnut of Hangul, red deer. So this tree is also found in Himalayas, and its fruits are also can be innovated into a kind of flour for making the puddings, but otherwise this is a very popular fodder tree. You see here the another critically endangered plant, which is Arnibia benthami, in Kashmiri language called as Kahazzavan. In Dogri, the same plant has the name as the Ratan Jot, in Hindi Ratan Jyoti, and it is an Indian borage with a unbranched, shaggy haired stem and magenta, purplish, pink blooms. And because of this shaggy haired nature, and as per the doctrine of signatures, it is also useful for the health of the humans, and especially the hair care, also used in shampoos. And this also has a medicinal use as drug for the heart ailments. So, in the botanical garden of Kashmir University, we are reminded of Dr. A.R. Nakshi, who once introduced Staphylia imodi from the Jabarban Hills, but unfortunately they didn't survive here. And that Staphylia imodi is also unique to the landscape of Kashmir, which is popularly known as Himalayan bladder bird, in Dogri called as Chitra, and in Kashmiri language called Shalshatra. And botanical identity is Staphylia imodi. Thank you.